Hi, I am James Herbert, Service Manager for New Way Trucks. This video covers a walk around of our Canbus electric valve Mammoth front loader. In this video we will walk around the truck and I will point out the locations of the proximity switches and the various control and features of the truck. Although during this video we will not perform any work to the truck, please make sure to follow all proper lockout and tagout procedures whenever they may apply. Here we have an electric valve Mammoth front loader mounted on a Peterbilt chassis. The first feature we see is a front mounted hydraulic pump. This is a typical pump setup, but the pump may also be found on the PTO of the transmission. This truck has a single body pump. Some trucks have a dual body pump depending on options. This particular truck uses Canbus controllers. For these units there are 4 different controllers throughout the truck. The 2 found here are the DOT power distribution controller and the body controller found here on the bulkhead. There is another controller found under the cab control buttons, and the final one is in the upper tailgate light bar. The DOT power distribution unit controls the pump DOT signals and the power supply to the body controller and the rear lighting controller found in the upper tailgate light bar. The Canbus trucks use all electric valves. The other style of control is with this single gray box. For these trucks, this is the only controller. The controller operates MAC air valves, which control the compressed air, which in turn control the hydraulic valves, also known as electric over air. Here we see 3 different proximity switches. The furthest one to the left is the packer extended position. Its position controls where the packer stops in a packing cycle. During an ejection cycle, the packer blade will move beyond this proc switch and extend all the way to the end of the body. The tailgate must be all the way open for the packer to extend beyond this switch. The next proc switch is the packer home switch. This switch controls the home position of the packer blade. The rightmost proc switch is the front access or safety door procs. This door must be closed for the PTO to engage. Opening this door will disengage the PTO and stop all functions. Some Canbus Mammoths, mainly the early units, feature 3 proc switches here. They control the arm cushioning and the notification for the arms above cab. This flag rotates with the arm torque tube. It covers or uncovers the proxes in relation to the position of the arm. The top prox is for cushioning the arm cylinders near their retractant position. When they are almost at their topmost position, it cushions when it sees the flag. The middle prox is for the arms over cab indication in the cab controls. It gives the indication when it sees the flag. The bottom prox cushions the arm cylinders when they are near full extension, when the arms are almost to their lowest position. This prox works in the opposite manner of the other 2, as it cushions when it does not see the flag. Most Canbus Mammoths use an inclinometer instead of the 3 proxes. The inclinometer is an electronic level that reads the angle of the arm. It controls the cushions and the arm over cab notification. Trucks that use the electric over air valves will only have 1 proc switch here. It controls the notification for the arms above cab. The cushioning is controlled by a mechanical D-cell valve. Here we see one of the arm cylinders. And here we have one of the fork cylinders. Here you see our optional service hoist, or sometimes referred to as a body lift. It has its own dedicated hydraulic power unit, and depending on the chassis, it may be found elsewhere on the truck.
This is one of the tailgate prop rods. Always use both tailgate prop rods when working in the body or under the tailgate. If these are not used, you could become trapped in the body or even crushed by the tailgate. Here we have one of the tailgate cylinders. This is the tailgate or the rear lighting panel. This panel also contains the rear lighting Canbus module, which controls the rear lights. This is the other tailgate prop rod. Always use both tailgate prop rods when working in the body or under the tailgate. If these are not used, you could become trapped in the body or even crushed by the tailgate. This is a tailgate fully closed Procs. Here is a ladder to gain you access to the top of the truck. Let's climb up it. Whenever you're on top of the truck, always safety tie yourself down with a safety harness to one of these points. Here is the lid or cover fully open Proc switch. Here you can see the lid or hopper cover cylinder. Here you can see an optional hopper camera. This is an optional forks over height Procs. It gives an indication in the cab if the forks are not stowed. Okay, we have climbed back down from the top of the truck, and we see the other arm cylinder. Here we have the hydraulic oil tank and breather. Your tank and breather may look different. Here are the oil filters. Note that some trucks have internal filters that are inside the oil tank. They will not be visible.
The Canbus model valves are actuated by electric solenoids. Canbus models do not use compressed air anywhere on the refuse body. Notice the electrical connections to the valve solenoids. Here are the hydraulic valves for the electric over air units. The electronics from the gray box power the MAC air valves, which in turn control the hydraulic valves shown here.
Okay, let's go over some of the cab controls now. The smaller of the two displays is our cab console display.
This display is only found in the Canbus units.
The larger of the two displays is a camera monitor. This red light is the forks over height indicator. This is the loader arms and forks joystick controller. To move the loader arms down, move the joystick forward. To raise the arms, move it backwards. To lower the forks, move it to the left. To raise the forks, move it to the right. Two functions are permitted at the same time. An example is moving the joystick to the upper right corner will bring both the arms and forks down at the same time. All these functions are proportional for better control. The further you move the joystick, the faster it will travel. Here are the body control switches and buttons. The emergency stop button will stop all hydraulic functions and all power to the outputs. To start the pump, first press down on the reset position of the PTO switch. Then within 1.5 seconds, press the PTO switch to the on or 1 position. To raise the Tailgate Interlock switch and the tailgate up switch must be pressed and held simultaneously. The tailgate interlock switch is not required for lowering the tailgate. The green button is the auto pack feature. Press it once to begin an auto pack cycle. If you need to stop the auto pack cycle, press it a second time. Pressing it a third time will return the blade to home. Now let's go over some features of the cab console display. Here we are lifting the tailgate. Here on the screen you can see the tailgate function flashing red, indicating that it is open. Now let's move our forks over height. You can see here both the forks over height light and the indication on the display are flashing red now. By pressing the Info or F2 button, you can read the status as well. Here we have the arms visible from the cab and the lid open. If the lid is not fully open, the arms will not be allowed to go past the arms over cab proc switch. When the arms over cab proc sees the aforementioned flag, the arms over cab indicator turns orange on the display. This has been a brief overview of the functions of the cab console display. Another video will go more into depth on the display. I will leave you with a brief summary of the interlocks of the truck. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more videos.